my goodness! It's been a week, y'all. It's been 2 weeks, y'all, since this happened. So this is the first stream back since a lot of just
the world exploded.
Yeah, the world exploded. Everybody. I say we just get right into it. I mean, there's no frill around this place anymore. So we are FeatherFall TableTop. I just want to say thank you, everybody, for respecting our week of silence, and hopefully I'll just stay here with us, right? Hopefully you guys were able to take that time to go find some new people that were able to take the front. We shared a lot on Twitter. We tried to promote as much as we could. There's a lot of great charities going on right now. So the two main ones are the BLM movement as well as the Trevor Project. So if you haven't yet opened your eyes to what's going on in the world, stand for something, please. Show your support for our friends. Show your support for everybody around you. Well... Not everybody, because there's some people who
some people have tested that a little too much and they can calm down.
Yes. J.K. Rowling, we're looking at you. Shut up.
It's been a hell of a week. We're like, welcome to D&D. And who wants some?
But yes, please show your support. Spread the love. Make sure everybody's being included. Make sure everybody is feeling the love that we have in this community. The tabletop community has been nothing but amazing. Let's continue that just through Pride Month, through the protests that are happening. Just make sure you're out there sharing your support. With that said, it has been a rough week for everybody. I hope you're finding time to stay safe, find the support you need, find the help you need, help support somebody if you don't need it right away. We're all in this together. We all love everybody. So, again, sorry, not everybody. J.K. No, we're done with J.K. Rowling tonight. But just, we're here for you guys, and we're ready to play some D&D. So with that said, unfortunately, into the capitalist side of things, we are sponsored today by Skull Splitter Dice. If you need some dice, go ahead and check out Skull Splitter. There's a promo code down below. Use FeatherFall, 10% off. We're also sponsored by... Go ahead, Chris.
They got a Father's Day deal going on, too. You might want to check that out. I think there's some free stuff you can get.
Yeah, there's usually some good stuff. We're also sponsored by Found Familiar. If you haven't, Found Familiar has been extremely active and amazing during this time of crisis. They've been doing what they can. They've been sharing everything they can. Check them out. Make sure... Throw money their way. They're amazing people. I just got off a phone call with them yesterday, which was pretty good. It's been a while since I've talked to them. So use the URL foundfamiliar.com/featherfall and use the promo code featherfall. Get 10% off your order. With all of that, that's the business side of stuff. FeatherFall will be returning to its normal schedule. Wednesdays is going to be... Wildemount, and we're here playing it, right? So Wednesdays is Wildemount. Sundays is either going to be Curse of Strahd or Force and Destiny's Tales from the Cantina. So this Sunday will be Force and Destiny. Unfortunately, we missed the Curse of Strahd, but we'll pick that up the next Sunday. I believe this upcoming Monday, Chris, you have Watchers in the Dark.
Oh, hey. Yeah, the 22nd, we're running one of the Arcane Library's Bundle of Horrors, Watchers in the Dark. This is the level 4 game, so there's 4 games in there. Each one's a different level. This is level 4. Pretty good. It's like the players get thrown into the stuff right at the beginning, right? Right?
Yeah.
There's no getting to know you. It's like you are in the game. So yeah, we got that coming up on the 22nd.
And then the following week, we postponed for our week of silence, Valley of the Gilded Tower. We postponed that until the following week, which will be the 29th. We'll be playing that. It's the level 3 or level 2 of the from Arcane Library from the horror bundle. And then that following Monday, I think the 8th of June, 6th of June, or July, damn it.
July.
I quit. I'm done. The 6th of July, we're starting Uncaged Anthology, so we'll be going right into the first story, Maids of Waterdeep. It's going to be fun. Yeah, it's level 1, and it's, again, not... Level 1 one-shots are nasty.
Oof. You gonna die.
You have a good chance of dying.
So, yeah, those games are full. I do have one to plug. You'll hear it here first, folks. On the 20th of July, we have a Call of Cthulhu one-shot going on. It's the Lightless Beacon. That was one of the free ones they gave out a while ago. We'll be running that. The signups for that will hit on the 22nd of this month. So if you're into that, join our Discord down below to have access to those signups.
And to plug a teaser, a small teaser, is going to be we're going to be adding a new game to the campaign to the channel.
There you go.
So, if you are interested in joining a 5e campaign that has been pitched as Dark Souls-esque, in that kind of dark gothic, not as gothic as Bloodborne.
The world has moved on.
Exactly. But in that kind of realm, so not your happy bright Faerun, but a little bit more dark take to the fantasy, join our Discord, and we will be giving first dibs to those in our Discord. So we got it coming down the pipe. We haven't worked out the specifics, but it's very, very close. I think that's everything we got, all announcements. Unfortunately, we're down one person tonight. Lynn, hope you feel better. Hope, I believe, I don't want to get too personal. Just feel better, hopefully, soon. We miss you at the table. And we'll try and go story light tonight, folks. But yeah, let's jump right into it. So we're on episode 4 of Beyond Amends. The first episode, the party kind of met the Starosta. And, well, you didn't meet the Starosta. You met her inadequate
Worm.
Assistant named Tip. And he gave you a pretty bullshit job to go deal with a grifter that happened to be our very own Lysander. And making quick friends. Right, Lysander? Quick friends.
Oh, yeah.
You joined the party, and you were given the bigger fish job to go and talk to old Bernard. So after meeting old Bernard, talking to him, you found out that there's a cult in town. A gnome that's wearing a hooded cloak with a candle. After meeting the gnome, you find out that he's just a gnome that works in the fields out in town. But he did confirm that there were some beasts in the bottom of the windmill or the storage house. Upon your investigation, you did find that there were some two-headed doggos down there. Quick work of that. High rolls from the party, bad rolls from the DM. You guys just cleaned house. Then on the way home, you met the gnome again.
Gnome again?
Kind of weird circumstances. The gnome came out to warn you. He was nervous that you were all going to get hurt, but you had already beat him to the punch by defeating the monsters. Then he disappeared. And then he showed up. You guys went on a nice little...
He showed up with a dead deer that he had somehow dragged from the forest.
It was a small
was
deer.
Was he covered in blood? Was he covered in blood? I don't know that part.
It was a small deer. It was a gnome deer. And yeah, you guys journeyed successfully. You find out that the Starosta isn't too happy with Tip, and he's on his last 2 weeks and kind of just letting him go. You have about a week left before you can punch him. You guys were paid handsomely to complete this work. With all of that said, you guys were following up on some leads. Maybe Breachy. I can't remember the name.
Greasy.
Breezy, thank you.
Greasy.
I look at my notes. I'm like, how the fudge did I say that?
I think we're on the doorstep of the Breezy house.
Yeah, you guys traveled. Breezy was the employer for. She owned the fields that kind of surrounded Trustenwald, and employs the folk who tend them. So you guys are at the doorstep. It was a short walk, but here you are.
There's the grains that mainly make it so that the trust has that unique flavor. They produce most of it for the town, right?
Yeah, and they have actual like food fields for like potatoes, carrots, things of that, wheat, things of that nature, not just the hops.
Root vegetables.
Roots. They have a lot of beets.
All right. And we've heard bad things about this place, right? Like, what was we were given a warning about it, and I didn't write it down. My bad.
I believe it was don't try the mushrooms, or that they're addicted to mushrooms.
Okay. Yeah, they're kind of all inebriated.
Super weird people.
Yeah.
Apparently.
So as you're looking, this is a big house. It does sit kind of on top of the hill that overlooks the fields. It's a nice, simple construction, nice wooden house. It does have a lot of windows, and it does have a lot of doors. So as you walk up, it's kind of this weird alley to walk to the front door. You're flanked by windows on both sides of you. And this map was made by Dungeon Draft, which I'm not a sponsor, but I'm going to plug it for real. If you guys haven't looked up Dungeon Draft, it's in alpha right now. It's flipping awesome.
$20, man.
$20. No DRM.
Yeah. So, Lysander, are you going to knock on the door?
I hadn't been planning on it, but I will certainly go knock on the door if you want me to.
Before we go in, we are on the same page of not trying the mushrooms.
Well, I mean,
I'm
first
not
thing
into
it
that.
does, but
I don't want to carry any of you home.
Me neither.
you don't have some sort of magic for this? This is one of those opportunities,
While they're talking, I go up and knock on the door.
Oh, there she goes again.
Yeah, so you can, as you look at the door, it does have a window that's high enough for you to see into.
Which one of these is the door?
The front one. The front one. That's very clear.
Cool. I guess at the end of the path, you mean, right?
Yeah, sorry. It's
Okay.
As you look in, you can see that there is a light shining from kind of the left side that's illuminating this room, but there's no answer.
Are the windows covered, or can we see in?
No, you could see in, yeah, if you wanted to.
Oh, peek in that one.
Yeah, so into this room, you do see a bedroom with neat bed. There on each side is flanked by end tables with candles lit, and then in the left side you see a desk with a candle lit.
And it's daytime, right?
Yeah, I think it was midday, so noonish.
I'll peek on the other side.
Ooh, the other side.
In that window.
Yeah, just kind of an empty space.
Oh.
Probably used for recreation.
Yeah, that's where the activities take place. Is it unlocked?
I look back and I try knocking again with I'm not gonna open the door sort of thing. I knock louder.
No answer.
Well, we tried. Let's go ahead and he just kind of reaches for the door and tries to just wiggles it to see if it's locked.
And yeah, just slowly opens.
Oh, look at that. Hello? Is anyone there?
There's no response.
We came with free mushrooms.
Oh yeah, out of the corner of the. Oh, no, you don't get a response.
I don't think they are here.
Why don't you tell them why we are here? The dogs.
Oh yes, we solved your dog problem. They were a very big, scary two heads. Hello? You know what? I'm just going. This is no. And he just kind of walks in. All right,
Hope it's not
Okay.
trapped.
Yeah, so as you as you walk in, you see a fireplace that has some embers in there, maybe from a morning fire. You do see that lunch has been prepared on the table. Pretty modest, like, furnishings. There is a bear rug, which is kind of nice. And then there's a bunch of barrels and grains in the back.
This is not what I was expecting. Well, and he kind of not knowing what's over here, he's gonna take a few steps, and then he's going to come back into the door for him. Well, are you coming? We're seeing if they're okay. It's all right. You don't have to worry. I hope.
I am not
I'll
worried.
I'll step in. I'm gonna go over to the table. Does the food look like it was made recently, or has, like, I guess if it's lunch, has the bread gone kind of hard or stale?
It is fresh, so you can see that the fish itself has been cooked. It's room temp at this point, at best, but it's
Okay.
not cold.
I'll do the same kind of investigation at the fire, just like the embers. How hot are they? Does it look like?
It's
Same kinda.
yeah. There's embers there. There's no. I would imagine if you were to throw, like, small piece of wood or paper, it would catch fire, but it's not actively lit.
Gonna go knock on this door.
No response.
See if we can open it.
Yeah, opens pretty easily. So in this room, you see that there are toys kind of strewn about. Messy bed.
I don't like this.
Looking out the back window towards the back of their house, like, kind of expanse. Do I see?
Yeah. So again, this house is on top of, a nice field that overlooks their field.
The fuck?
And
Okay.
it's Travis.
Oh shit! Oh,
Yeah, I finally have a token.
But so as you kind of look backwards down here, you see the trail you walked up on, and things you didn't notice right away. But there's several, which a perfect example is you see these purple and red mushrooms that are kind of growing up the hill. There's not a lot, but as you look from here, you can see them more noticeably than you were when you were walking up the hill.
does this window open? And is there any within 30 feet?
Yeah, it does open, and yes, there are.
Nice. I'll open the window, cast Mage Hand, and I'll go pluck one and bring it in.
Okay. Yeah.
Just the closest one. Not really looking for a color or size, just whichever one's closest.
Yeah, so you grab a purple one that's,
Yeah.
I would say the size of, like, this.
Okay. I'll go float it over to Lysander and try to stick it in his pocket.
Okay.
I will watch it and just let it happen. What
Are
the
you
fuck
watching
ever.
me?
Yeah, so with no issues. You
I
just-
imagine I feel or see something happening coming towards me or in my pocket
To be
at
fair,
some point.
Quince, if you want a.
Nah, I'll play it. Lysander, I
might have I don't know that I noticed it was you, but I definitely would have. I would imagine I would have noticed it coming into my pocket wherever it was from.
I want to give you the options. Maybe later,
Thank you. I guess. Maybe.
We'll
Don't
find
even
out.
knock this time. Just pop the door open.
Yeah, so as you look in here, one of the few kind of like houses that has an indoor toilet. It does have a bath.
Is it drawn? Like, is there water in it?
There is water in there.
What the hell? I'm gonna walk over and poke the water to see how hot it is.
It's. I wouldn't say it's piping hot, but it's warm.
Alright, so who the hell abandons... This is weird! I'm gonna yell out to everybody. Gonna make my way back to the main room.
What did you find?
Well, I found the toys strewn about. There is somebody has drawn a bath, and then they have just abandoned it. It is kind of still warm almost.
This is weird.
I mean, do these mushrooms, do they have that sort of effect? Like maybe they are just hallucinating and wandering around the forest?
I don't know. Ask Lysander.
Lysander, I did not know you were knowledgeable about mushrooms.
Yeah, he knows all.
I'm sorry. Where did you get the impression I know so much about mushrooms exactly?
Can I try to go in this room?
Yeah, you could open that.
Alright. Is it opens?
Yeah,
So I
no
can go in?
issues. As you look in, you see the same. You do see a stuffy right here. So there's a stuffed animal on the floor here as well.
I'm gonna go check the desk.
Okay.
Just for any sort of correspondence or that kind of thing.
Yeah, so as you look through the desk, you see a lot of like ledgers. You see a lot of invoices. This is pretty much the business portion of it. You see a lot of the bars. So the Nestled Nook is in there, and they've bought a lot of the, beer that is made here, the hops that are grown. But nothing that really stands out other than just standard business documentation.
What's this at the end of the bed?
That is
There's
a
like a
foot
pot.
chest, foot locker.
Okay. So it is something that needs to be open?
Yeah.
That can be opened?
Yep.
I mean, we're adventurers, everything needs to be opened, but
Clearly.
Tat!
alright. Can I try and open it?
Yeah,
Does it open?
it does. And in here you see various like linens, sheets, pillowcases.
Cool.
Really exciting.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Alright, now I'm gonna go pick up the stuffy.
Okay. Yeah, so it's a like what you would imagine if you've played Fallout, like Grognak, but it's like a stuffed barbarian.
It is adorable. I will check under the bed.
Yeah, nothing under the bed.
I'm taking this with me.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
What is this? What's this thing? Is this another desk?
It's like a armoire.
So clothes in there.
Yeah, just close.
Anything.
I'm going to walk over to
No.
the bear rug and then dramatically pull it to the side. Like, ha
Nothing under the bear rug.
There's nothing here, just as I suspected.
Alright, I'm gonna... I don't know if Wylon would know to do this. I don't think she's ever dealt with searching a house on like dry ground before. I don't know. I'm gonna stomp around the floor looking for like a hidden door or something.
Okay. Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Sure, I'm
This might help.
okay at those.
So you see, Brant sees you stopping, and he's gonna hand you this like foot-long rod, and then he flicks it, and it extends to like 10 foot long, so you can just tap the ground with it, so you don't have to stomp through of it. It's my one magical item I got.
I'll give you
It's a extendable
advantage.
rod.
Okay. Thank you, because that was a 4. And that one's a 17, so dirty 20.
Yeah, so with that, you don't find anything. It's solid as all the way through. What else are you guys doing here?
All right,
I'm still holding the stuffy.
All right, so clearly there's something that brought them away, and now we are just invading their household. We know they're not safe. And he starts to put like the bear rug back and just put it back kind of the way he thinks of it. He manifests the echo by the door while he is going back and making sure putting everything back that he knows of, and then he's gonna get ready and just kind of start heading towards the door, front door after that.
I'm gonna invade this room.
Okay. So again, messy room. There's some toys on the ground. The bed isn't made. And I will say, Brant, as you head towards the door, you look down the hill that you guys were walking up, and you see a woman ascending the hill.
Scheiße. And he closes the door. They are coming home right now. We should go out to the back window.
Yeah,
He manifests the echo and he starts to run towards the back window.
yes, I'm fine.
Is there a back door we could use?
There's
Window.
only one door.
There's only one door.
Yeah.
Is the window something we could fit out of?
Yeah, you could fit out of the window.
And is it actually open enough for us to get out without breaking it?
Yeah. I'm going to say it like folds out, and when Quince decided to grab some mushrooms, he opened it enough. Didn't say he closed it, so it's still open.
If you saw her, wouldn't she have seen you?
Yeah, probably, but that's something I don't want to explain here. Let's come around the front, introduce ourselves properly.
We are looking for the Starosta. That is fine,
Yeah, but
isn't it?
she also said we were not exactly part of all of this, so I don't. Yeah, but let's avoid complications and introduce properly.
It's
still like
Isn't-
he's already outside. He's just going to walk away from the window.
I'm like protesting, but I'm like awkwardly following you out the window. Like, this seems weird. She would know that we were in here.
Oh, no. We didn't touch anything.
I'm still holding the stuffy. I like drop it inside the window.
Not touch anything.
Okay.
I rifled through a desk. I rifled through an armoire. I rifled through a linen chest.
Yeah, but
I'm not saying that
fine.
in character. I'm just laughing
This
about
is fine. I mean,
yeah, I'm moving to the front corner and trying to get a peek on where they're going. The woman that's approaching.
sure.
Yeah.
So I do have to say, and I'm extremely apologetic that I missed announcing this. We were gifted dice by Heartbeat Dice.
Yeah.
Heartbeat.
I totally forgot to say this. So, yeah, for Pride Month, they're doing a Kickstarter, and they gifted everybody here some dice. And Fwylon Bell, that's the buy dice, correct?
Yes,
Yeah,
because
that's-
I'm a race bisexual.
And that's the same kind I got.
Flavor?
But they're amazing. Check out Heartbeat Dice. Awesome dice. Yes. I apologize I didn't do that at the top of the stream. I'm gonna roll dice here, just by the way. I was remembering I need to roll dice, and I'm rolling the dice.
Look at the little buy flag on my
Okay. I don't want to jinx everybody. But my first roll, y'all,
Uh-oh.
was a 1.
Yes.
Nice.
Sweet, mine have been rolling pretty high, so
Oh, I feel terrible. I feel
so
terrible. All right. So as Quince, as you kind of sidle up to the house and look around the corner, you see a taller human woman walking with a basket. Give me a perception check.
It's an 11 plus 0.
You can't really
11.
make out what's in the basket, but it's
Purpley.
big. She does appear to be, I don't want to say struggling, but it's a heavy basket. So you could see the years of working in the field, muscles, straining and flexing as she's carrying this basket in, and she enters the house.
I can go
It's,
knock on the door.
Round 2.
Yeah, so I mean, before I just go book into the door, I'll make sure nobody else is coming up the path behind her.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
if it's clear, I'll... Alright,
Just
then,
her.
Yeah.
Duck under the window.
I'm just
through the hole.
walking. I have no subtlety.
Yeah. We have never been here. This is it.
This is new. Hello? Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, so who's knocking on the door?
I made a fire. We should probably have the older gentleman do this.
Ah, shit. You're made of fire. I thought you said I'm made of fire. Yes, I'm not.
I knock with fire.
You just knock and it's like Flint. Flint
Oh,
versus
no.
Clara.
It keeps
Strikes.
happening.
I will knock on the door. Yeah, I'll give it a knock.
A
Knock.
couple, I would say like a minute goes by,
Hey.
and you hear, oh, just 1 second, please.
I just saw you come in.
And you hear some shuffling, and then
Is this a Breezy home? Hello.
I just 1 moment, please. And she walks
Wait.
up. You see a older, gray hair with maybe a streak of black through the side of it. You can see that this woman it works very hard, and you can see the signs, like the calloused hands, just the sheer like muscles, and they've done their share of field work, manual labor, things of that. And she opens the door. She's like, "Oh, hello. I don't get too many
Sorry.
new visitors here.
Yes.
Please come
we're
in. I was
looking-
just making lunch."
Oh, all the way in.
Well, you were already in my house, weren't you? As she looks at
What she's
Brant.
talking about. Just looking around.
Oh, well, he was. He accidentally opened the door. But yes, we will come in. Are you?
It was
You
not-
are Mrs. Breezy.
Yes, I'm Breezy. But please have a seat. We'll talk over lunch.
Sorry, it was not to invade or anything. We were told to come and speak to you, and then when no one answered the door, we were seeing if everything was okay, and then, then you were here, so it was okay.
She just like shakes her head. Doesn't like acknowledge it with a response. But she
That is
goes she goes and sits, pulls chairs out for you all. Have a seat. So again, I don't get many visitors. What are you all doing here?
Well, we the Starosta has called. We are investigating some things. You own a windmill, yes? That.
I own a lot of property.
Well, you own one that had some unfavorable beasts in the
Oh,
bottom.
yeah. Yes, I've heard the stories. With the Zenith Festival coming up, I haven't had the chance to check it out myself, but
Well, no need. We cleared it out for you.
oh. Well, I guess I owe you.
You don't
Thank
owe
you.
us anything. Just, maybe some.
You would be
answers how.
you would be surprised how far common courtesy goes. So, thank you.
Yeah. Well, to continue your favor to us. Where did those dogs come from?
Well, I mean,
They are not of this world. Or at least
Well, this part of the world, anyway.
the world that we live in.
I don't know. I just heard they were big dogs. I mean, there are dogs everywhere around here.
With
Well,
two
who's
heads.
feeding them?
I'm sorry.
2 heads.
And you see like a general look of confusion, like almost like you're trying to calculate a 2-headed dog.
This is not
I did not hear that. I heard they were just big dogs.
more big, yeah.
We closed
Well-
it for just safety.
Perhaps, who did you hear, since you did not see the dogs yourself, who did you hear about the dogs from?
What was his name?
Say it.
Is it gonna be
was- It was. I did hear him from Bilbis. Yes.
Yes, of course.
Fwylon is going to scream.
Shiny
She doesn't scream.
Oh,
I can't not laugh. Like, oh my god.
you know,
Bilbus!
do you
Bilbus!
what do you think of Bilbus?
He's quiet but hard worker. He's been here for
What does he do? What does he do for you?
anything really. I mean, he tends to the fields. He harvests the grain. He's got nimble hands, and he's
Seen it.
quite good at what he does. Yeah.
So the dogs had seemingly been there a while, and somebody was feeding them. Who do you think could have been doing that sort of thing?
Oh, I don't know. I'm really the only one with keys to...
Is there a...
Can I insight check? I don't believe it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Other than Bilbus had something to do with
Bilbus! This is the new theme of the game.
Alright, we've gone from fish to Bilbus. It's all good. Insight, that's going to be...
Okay,
13?
new theory. Bilbus is the big fish. He's actually a fish.
You're the DM. You can't make theories.
Just feeding us false leads.
Or can
You
I?
can't make theories.
You're
You're in
feeding us.
control of the story. You
To
can't
be
make
fair, this is a collaborative storytelling.
What if I told you that big fish was a red herring?
Ooh. Okay,
Oh my
insight
God.
check. Let's do that
See?
before
It was 13.
13. You get that she's generally being truthful. You get that the subtle changes in body language when Quince made the two-headed dog remark was truly out of like confusion.
And there was one thing I wanted to insight earlier. When she said you'd be so surprised how far common courtesy goes, was she hitting on at all? Did I get any like?
See, I thought that was backhanded about the fact that we were already in the house.
See, that's what I thought.
It was a general
Yeah,
passive aggressive. Why are you in my house without me
I was
knowing?
just one of those like, you know.
I'll be flattered.
I couldn't tell if it was playful sassy or genuine sassy. So
It was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it was
To be
like.
fair,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask her if there's a Mr. Breezy right before you go for the insight check. So
To be fair, it was like John Malkovich level passive aggressive in Space Force.
nice.
which is thick. All right, so Bilbus does good work for you. That is good.
Well,
Any
to be fair, I haven't seen him in a day.
Yeah, he's
He did not show up for work this morning.
Well, he was up all night hunting
Wait,
deer.
yeah
What?
hunting deer.
That's not that. And you will see like the face change. That is it's unlike Bilbus. He's usually not late for work. I don't think
Well,
he's missed a day yet.
Is he an avid hunter?
Hunter.
Whoa, weird accent. Sorry about that change.
I honestly I don't.
he's
He doesn't talk. If he is, he doesn't speak of it much.
he knew what he was doing.
You have records of the people who work for you?
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Would
have
you?
the list.
I apologize. Would you have Billus's address so that we could check in on him?
Yes, I do. You did say you were working for
Sistarosta.
so official business. Okay. Yes, I do have his address, and she walks into that like bedroom area and walks to the desk, rifles through some of the ledgers that you've already looked through, and kind of like
neatly.
and like in the stacks of paper. So you get the feeling that maybe Breezy isn't very organized in general, and like
I organized it a little bit.
however you arranged it or put it back goes unnoticed. And so she pulls out another like small notebook and she brings it to you and says, yes, it is right here, which is 123 Trustenwald Avenue, I believe is the name.
Right, fantastic. I used my have a thingy. Have an item.
555.
I used my where is it? My spell shard, and I record that.
Okay. But, okay, to be fair, it's not, like, I was giving a fake address. It is not a fake address in Trustenwald. Just to be-
Right.
Was that Bilbus's house? Is that what you said?
Yes, correct.
Sweet.
It's not like the fake addresses I gave on to get the free t-shirts to get a credit card.
Right, so it's
Can't admit that.
it's a made up address because we're playing a made up game, but within the confines of the game, she's not yanking our chain.
It makes
is what you're
sense.
saying.
Yes, thank you.
Right. Okay.
So is he
in
in
any-
some kind of trouble? Sorry, go ahead, Chris, with your question.
I was just going to say, in any of our interactions, have I felt the presence of inebriation or under some sort of mushroom-like feelings.
No.
Okay.
Is the basket anywhere?
You do see the basket. It has a cloth draped over the top. It is in that left corner, top left corner behind the bear rug.
Speaking, just
Did
person
Ty
to
freeze?
person, I think he's just committed.
Okay.
No, he's frozen. That's a good. Somebody screen cap that, man. Oh, we lost it. It's kind of chunky. He's coming out of it. Is it me or is it?
No, I think it's Ty.
So, no, still frozen.
Am I back yet? Am I back yet? Somebody let me know.
Yelling in my back yet does
just
not mean you're back.
does not help.
No, it's not working.
Okay. Oh my god! Because we've now lost Belle.
It's somebody different every night. It was me last time.
What? Am I from?
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy cow, guys.
Okay, Ty is back. Belle is back.
Ty's back.
Let's go!
Okay, hurry. Get some RP in. We need an hour of RP in the next 15 minutes. Let's go. I'm just speaking human, person to person. We were told you like to eat the mushrooms.
I do not know.
I mean, I don't have another way to put it.
I do not know what you're talking about.
Well, I have seen the grove out back.
Oh, those are just cooking mushrooms. Nothing more.
Okay, I mean, you seem very honest. And there's no need. I was letting you know what maybe people in town might think of you.
Oh, that fair. I appreciate that. But those are used for cooking.
What do they taste like?
Oh, it's a sweet.
Oh,
I would have to come back.
One.
I don't have any picked yet.
No, it's okay. I will do it. I won't have to. I won't force you to go pick them. I will go get it myself. If you don't mind, there's so many rumors about these mushrooms, and it's very curious that they're.
Well, I've heard them too. They're not the good rumors that.
Is the mushroom you put in my pocket one of hers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had picked it from the back yard.
Okay. I'm gonna take it out. I'm just gonna put it on the table. Well, it looks like I got one right here, actually.
Oh,
found it on the
were
ground
you-
outside. Here you go.
Picking my
Have a bite.
mushrooms too.
Yeah, Lycinda, why are you picking her mushrooms?
I didn't pick it.
I didn't know that.
I found it on the ground. We'll put it that way.
I didn't know that
Red-handed.
trespassing and stealing is a part of the role for the Starosta.
Well, common courtesy goes a long way.
You're right.
The trespassing was regrettable. It should not have happened. We were simply concerned since we did just fight two-headed dogs in your windmill, and so we were worried something had happened to you. The mushroom I cannot speak to.
Well, let's sit and let's eat lunch. I've made more than I can eat. Sure, after this day of travel, you all are pretty hungry.
Oh yeah, very.
Inside the food. Inciting the food.
Inside the food.
I do not need to eat.
Well,
Food!
rather, I'm inciting her desire. Like, she keeps telling us to eat the food, and she's weird, and she had two-headed dogs.
Do you say that in character too, Brant? But yes, roll bell for inciting the food. I don't know how you. The food looks like it's lying.
It was more like her intention. Like,
Yes.
she keeps telling, like, eat the food. Kind of like that was the. However, I rolled badly.
Okay. Yeah, you get that she's just generally like a sharing person. And Brant, do you really say that?
No, I was
Okay.
making a joke.
Well,
Human faces are foreign to me, and I cannot tell what people are thinking. I rolled a 3.
yeah, that's. Well, I mean, I guess I could throw this out for the hogs later, but she dishes up, cuts the fish, maybe a little side green salad for you, Lysander. and says, "Well, if the rest of you are care to join me, or just sit and talk. You don't have to eat if you don't want to."
We actually have other things to do today.
We are a bit concerned, as the two-headed dogs.
Oh. And she looks to you, Lysander. Are you still going to join me?
Yeah, he can stay and win.
I mean, you gave me this salad. I'll stay here long enough to eat that at least.
Okay. Yeah, and so it's got a nice little vinaigrette that goes on the top. It's a tasty salad. It's like fresh field greens. The fish, freshly caught, freshly cooked.
Trust
You don't need the D20. You can put it away.
I was questioning.
He's waiting for a con save.
It's good food. It is really good, like homey food.
I will eat the fish, but only the fish.
Okay. Yeah, you get the taste. It's a nice tilapia. How about that? Big farm fish. But it's good. Cooked well.
I have to say, Breezy, that was a very tasty salad. I appreciate the offering of it.
Oh, you're welcome. Again, I don't get many visitors, and many that do come up here, they unfortunately work for me, so I don't get much recreational communications with people anymore. So, if you are not on official business, you are welcome here to join me for any meal you would like.
Insight check. No,
Roll
kidding.
elbow to Quinn.
Why is everybody inciting her? She's amazing.
No, I'm not. It was a joke.
She's a drug addict. No.
Is her first name Breezy or her last name?
Her name's Breezy.
Okay. Well,
Single name, much like Prince.
yes. Excuse me. Maybe when we are kind of taken, I got some of these to-dos off of my list. I will come back for some fish.
Well, it's been lovely. And I'm just kidding about the trespassing. I know all was well-intentioned.
It was.
See- May I ask, when we entered to see if something had happened to you, we noticed the lunch was already made, the bath was drawn. Was there something that had you run out quickly?
Oh, I had... no. And you get that she kind of stammered a bit.
Now? Can we?
Now can I answer?
now I'm inciting.
And like if it were a TV show, she kind of side eyes or the camera pans to the basket.
I'm sorry, I understand if there's something you do not wish to share, but we aren't looking for anything else but the dogs and where they came from. Do you mind if I look into the basket?
Which basket?
I point at the basket she looked
Oh,
at.
yes, that one. No, be my guest.
Okay, I
And
look
she
at the
kind
basket.
of, everybody else, if you're watching Breezy, she kind of looks nervous as Phylon's looking into the basket. As you pull the cloth off, you see several like multicolored fungi in there. It's like a good sized laundry basket full of mushrooms.
That must be very good for eating.
Oh yes, every meal.
It's fun.
Excellent.
Why not this meal?
Oh, I had already made these, and I didn't have time to cook the mushrooms.
I apologize again. I do not know what these are for and why everyone is being a little cagey about them. Are they not for eating?
Well, you could try one if you would like. They take a bit. It's a acquired taste.
You are again hedging what you're saying a bit. You can speak plainly. I am not going to eat it without knowing why I can only have. Can you just simply say what they are for?
It's just a bit. It's a bit earthy the first time you try it.
Is it? I look directly at Brands. Can you just say in plain words what these are for?
I actually am not exactly sure, but I think they have a little bit of an hallucinatory effect.
Oh, no, they don't.
They don't. Then why would anyone care if you're eating them?
Can I insight they don't?
Oh, yeah. You don't need to roll. She's lying.
Alright, yeah, that's a
Violet
19.
is like, what is a weed? I'm sorry?
Is that a weed?
Is this a weed?
I don't
Okay.
know if there's any equivalents under the ocean.
okay.
Other than like,
Is this like when you take a pufferfish and you chew on it a little bit?
Well, they do have a mild hallucinogenic aspect to them, but what I do on my property is my own thing.
Right, I was
See,
just going to say.
I am
say,
not
in that
concerned.
case, I think I will have one.
I am not concerned what you do, but I will say in the future, if somebody do not encourage someone to take what is a drug without telling them what it is.
That is very fair. I'm sorry.
Quite rude.
Well, you asked questions. I didn't know what to do.
It is.
That's okay, I don't.
It is fine. Just in the future, even if you do not want to tell me what or someone else what they are, do not encourage them to take hallucinogenics. I would not hand you a pufferfish and say, "Here, chew on this. It will be fun," and not tell you what the fun will be, or it will be not fun for anyone.
You get like a level of confusion of the pufferfish chewing on it, like.
If you chew on they are mild. If you don't swallow them, they are mildly venomous, and then you get kind of a trip. With the pufferfish, is I assume sort of like the mushrooms.
That's fair. But I appreciate your feedback. I did get
Right on the card, tried to give me drugs, did not give adequate information for consent.
I did get nervous.
Leave the review.
And I did get nervous, and you know, I didn't know what else to do.
We're not the city guards. We don't really care what you do.
I didn't think they would care.
Yeah.
I
am.
Is sorry. You go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I was gonna try to slide a mage hand, into the basket and grab one.
While we were having this conversation about consent.
I may time this for like on our way out.
Sure.
If everybody's still focused there, it's just something I want to do on the way out.
Okay.
I'll wait.
Are these illegal? Yeah.
No, they're not. They're not legal. They're not illegal. They're just here. I don't believe there's a law specifically against these mushrooms.
Oh. Then we have nothing to do with this.
Alright, then.
But it is good to know they are here in case that somehow factors into two-headed dogs.
And she
Your
chuckles.
invitation to come have a meal has just gotten a lot more interesting.
It is always open, though. You too.
I'll have to consider.
And so she sits back down and continues eating. Go ahead with your sleight of hand check. Anybody here, so Breezy is not going to perception check it. Anybody here who does not want to perception check it, move on. If you want to perception check it, it will be a contested roll against his sleight of hand.
I was already headed out on the way, and I don't think Brant would even have noticed.
I wanted to
He's very
ask if
entertained now.
any of the mushrooms were available for sale or purchase.
Oh no, that's where the legality comes in. I cannot sell them to you. You can have one or two.
I'll take two if you don't mind.
Okay. And do you have a preference on color? I don't. I don't think they do anything different, but.
So I still haven't looked in there. I need to look and see in what colors do I see.
You see like a glistening purple. It's almost like reflective purple to an extent, and then you see like a dark, deep red, and then you see a lighter red, more like akin to brighter red, rather more akin to like the Mario mushroom look, and then you see a like lavender. So it's a red and purple.
Okay, I'll take a dark red and a purple, if that's all right.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and put that in your inventory.
Thank
Magic
you.
mushrooms.
This magic mushroom. Sorry.
Okay, so go ahead and roll, and whoever wants to try and see Quince,
I
steal.
rolled.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 2.
I rolled a 14 to perceive, but I'm not gonna say anything about it. Fwylon just wants to know because she's nosy.
But my modifier is 1, so...
Oh, 3. So you do take a mushroom.
She just thinks she took her offer.
Yeah. Fwylon, you see it. Everybody else is either out or doesn't care.
I don't say anything, but I am taking note of who has mushrooms in case something happens later.
I'm ratting on all you.
No, not to rat on them, but because
If they start acting weird.
they have shown that they will drink on the job, so who's to say they're not going to start hallucinating on the job?
What a fun idea. We should do that.
Ooh.
She has she's very much like, don't do this on the job. We're already dealing with two-headed dogs. We don't need to add hallucinogens
That's
on top
fair.
of it.
That's totally fair.
God, running from my own echo.
Oh my god, it's after me!
It won't leave me alone! Now it's in front of me! No! Sounds like a
Just ran into a mirror.
Oh my god. Okay. So where are you going now?
I assume we're
Bilbus
all
is
out, not walking down and away.
Yes.
Alright.
It's,
We have the address for Bilbus.
well, you know, they said he had the dogs as well. So we're all thinking Bilbus is quite strange, yes?
What is that, Brent? What?
I said, we're all agreeing that Bilbus is quite strange, yes?
Oh, you're not on the Bilbus bandwagon anymore.
Well, actually,
You liked him so
I'm
much.
still- Oh, I didn't say he wasn't likable. I said he's a little strange. This is not the same thing. You know, I would still have a beer with him, but you know, now we know which basement to check. So you know,
In fairness, there's always the possibility someone as impersonated Bilbus as Breezy has stated that it is a bit odd for him to not show up for work. So it's small chance, but something to keep in mind.
it was that son of a bitch tip. I guaranteed he's a shape-shifting.
Well, maybe there was some truth to Bernard
I mean, there doesn't
and
seem
what
to be
he
any
knew of Bilbus.
consistency, you know?
He did die very suddenly after sharing his information with us, so I think we should keep both eyes open.
Maybe he had some mushrooms.
We
Bernard.
should. Oh, there it is. Maybe we should get some. This is gonna sound very strange, but maybe we should get some of the wine from a local place and see if he will drink that, or if it's only the one particular kind of wine. Maybe there's something strange about what he drinks. Because sticking only with water, but also having at a local bar is quite a strange thing, no?
What?
Yeah.
What do we need this for?
I'm curious to see if he drinks only one specific thing, and if so, why he does this.
Why do we not simply...
Oh no, we'll do all of the rest as well. It's just on the way in. If I can see somebody to purchase some wine from, it's something I will do.
Yeah.
Just a minor illusion. We do not have to actually give him iron. Why not just pretend to have it? We only need
What
to
if he says-
question.
Because if he says yes, then all of a sudden, here, have wine. No, just kidding.
Question is, why was he stalking us at the windmill? Why
Killing
was he
deer and
daftly butchering a deer? Why was he not at work? Those are bigger questions.
he's a tiny vampire. That is it.
He said,
He was walking about in the sun.
Oh, no, this is I'm making a joke.
It was poorly structured
But you don't know if he
and
was.
contrary to reality.
See, I was trying to have fun with you. Now you're just being mean.
Sorry, I thought jokes were supposed to be funny.
I thought we were supposed to. All right, I will stop making jokes. Apparently, I did not know we were supposed to be judging everything we were saying. So I will stop speaking of him being a vampire. It is. I'm so sorry.
For a moment there, I thought you were going to stop speaking entirely, and I got my hopes up.
Yeah, never. You can't get your hopes up that high. Besides, now that I know you are tired of it, it is something you shall experience more of.
For the record, she is laughing.
Have I ever told you
this
the story?
going on.
And he's gonna launch into just like a story
Oh,
about like
you
his
too.
home.
Calm down, you two. Maybe try a mushroom.
Not right now. Oh my goodness.
It might calm you down.
Oh, it
Anyway,
might freak you out.
Phylon, you got the address to the one Bilbus.
Yes. I will pull out my spell shard and just read it real quick so I know that I'm going in the right place. And
555.
also, as we're walking there, is another option? Lysander?
Sorry, what did you ask?
I did not ask anything yet. I simply got your attention. While the three of us here speak to Bilbus, you're very good at getting into places, perhaps?
Like a grifter?
You're correct.
Perhaps it would be good for you to do your own reconnaissance, and I can assist in this. I can make you invisible for an hour.
Now that sounds like fun.
If you would, we can, before we get to Bilbus's, apply the magic so we do not approach with you and you disappear. What would be, if Bilbus asks where you are, what would be something we could say that you would be comfortable with us saying? That you had your own business?
Yeah, that works. We don't need to be too detailed. I'm not one to give off details anyway, so hopefully he would have picked up on that.
That is fair. I will, so I will wait until we're close to where Bilbus lives, and then I will give Lysander my once a day invisibility.
Okay. He's gonna do. You can always say he's doing 5-card money.
But well, if he has his own business, it's not a lie that I have to roll for. Despite my deception's okay. I am a warlock, but
That actually is a brilliant plan. I love it. Okay, so yeah, you guys, as you guys head down the hill during this conversation, you see a lot of the field workers are out tending to the fields. A lot of like carts coming in and out with just produce, various types, carrots, taters, potatoes, hops, wheat, stuff like that. A good 30, 45 minutes back into Trustenwald. So this has been a fetch quest, and you guys are finally making your way back. Are you heading straight to find Bilbus, or are you heading to his house, or are they one and the same?
Foilon would advocate for going to his house. If he's not there, when we break in. If he is, then we speak to him and Lysander breaks in.
I want to go to the house.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Great.
So we'll.
Did we want to pick up some wine? Brent?
Yeah, if I see some place, I can just pick some up real quick on the way. It doesn't have to.
So as you head through town again, not early this morning. The streets are busy, but not super busy. But there's an increase in the amount of people just generally visiting from maybe local towns coming to the Zenith Festival. So you arrive to the address, and it's 123 Trustenwald Avenue, as we appropriately named it. It's a modest little town, or little single-story house in Trustenwald. It's got a nice flower bed out front with 2 torches. The flower beds are very well. They look like they're a bit dry, but the flowers are pretty enough. If you want to case the joint, I can go ahead and reveal the entire surrounding area here.
I would have cast invisibility on Lysander before we got to the house.
Okay.
So you are free to run around and poke things.
With the exception that invisibility doesn't cover sounds.
Yes.
Right.
Whoa!
I dragged it out. I don't know why it's that big. I can't make it smaller. It won't let
Mine
me.
is so much smaller than it was on the other map.
It's so tiny.
All right, folks.
How do I fix this? I
Hold
didn't
on,
do
let me.
that.
Hold on, let me do it.
Hold on.
I can do
think
it. Oh my gosh,
this is going well.
this is going wrong.
It's somebody else.
There.
There we go. It's fine.
It was huge. It was like this big on the damn map.
Thanks everyone watching who can't see the map. Phylon was huge and then Phylon was tiny.
Side joke.
Yeah. Yeah. I really want to be a part of one someday. Okay, so we'll go ahead. Main crew is going to knock. Lysander, what are you doing?
I am going to be near, like, just kind of around the corner so I can be aware of whether or not he answers.
Okay. Yeah, so who's knocking?
And where is the front door? on this
Front door. The doors are a little weird in Dungeon Draft. So downfalls of Dungeon Drafts, the windows look just like doors. But whoever pinged is absolutely right. That's the front door.
building? Thank you.
It's right between the two flower boxes.
So I am just
I'll
off
go
to the left side, kind of peeking around, keeping an eye on whether or not they answer.
Okay.
I'll go and knock.
Yeah, and you see some passerbys, and you knock. No response.
This keeps happening to us.
He has to be
Nobody's home.
He has
We are
to
going
be here.
to go inside and then
He could be
say
at
we'll come
Salon.
home. But yes, I agree. If he wasn't at work, he would be here.
Has to be here.
Yeah. Here we go again. And knock one more time, really loud.
Yeah, no answer. And Lysander, as you're kind of looking around and you kind of get by that window, you can't see through it. So there's like I want to say like a blackout curtain.
Mm-hmm. Is it like if I went up to it and tried to like push it or pull it, does it move? Is it open?
It's locked.
I will move around to the next side.
All windows, as you kind of case around this exact same scenario.
Since no one is answering the door, I'm just gonna look around the front. Is there? Because Barnabas said that he could see in the basement of this building. Are there like basement windows, like low to the ground basement windows?
There is no basement.
There's not even like a cellar door or anything like that.
And you meant Bernard, right?
Yeah. Not
Yeah, no,
Barnabas, sorry.
there's
Different
no
game.
basements here.
Barabbas.
So Trust and Vault is known that they don't really have a big need for basements. That like it's cool enough that like a typical like root cellars aren't really needed. It's it's not freezing, but it's not like where things will spoil very quickly.
Okay.
Did anybody grab the journal from around the time of old Bernard saw Bildus, and where he was see if he wrote down an address or anything in there
So
to see if it's the same place?
All those sent to.
they
our
were sent to the
rooms.
house, correct?
I did read it though. I remember the first time we went there, I did read that one because I specifically looked for Bernard's notes on
right.
what he said about Bilbus. Did I see an address in there?
It was this address.
Okay.
Well, all right.
Lysander, are you moving any closer to try and like open windows or?
I want to try and open up this last one here on
Yeah.
the right side.
Okay.
See if it opens up, and then if not, I technically should have like a block picking kit. I don't know if I can use anything in there to at least try and force it open without breaking it.
Yeah, so it's locked. Go ahead and give me a thieves' tool check.
Can I? While he's doing that, can I like kind of push Brant out of the way?
Move.
And I have not push.
Subtle
urge
nudge.
him to move.
Shove him to the ground.
It's very Assassin's Creed like.
I got this. Let the wizard in.
As my magical item, I have the ear horn of hearing.
Whoa.
Aha!
I usually use it for my bad ear, but I'm gonna put it up to my good ear, and like put it up to the door, like you're putting a glass up to the door.
Yeah.
Can I hear anything? So you'll see me kind of push my hair back, put it up to,
Okay.
and I'm just trying to get a good listen in.
I love how you're just like 40 something, but you act so old. You have like an ear horn.
Well, his ear did get cut off.
Well, it's for
the
like
mild.
my missing ear,
That's-
but
It's totally fair, but it's such a like a cliche old man thing. It's like what was that, young child?
Here.
Yeah.
You're like 40 something.
damn kids and their music.
So we're going to Lysander. Lysander, what is your role?
17.
17. So you quickly, just understanding how these windows work, it's pretty easy. You slide a straight tool between the window panes and just flip up on the lock. Takes a time or two to get that lock to actually swivel back over. Quince, as you're doing your... Oh, what is that, Sonny? You hear, like, a jiggling in there.
A jiggling.
Almost as if it's Lysander trying to unlock the window.
All right.
But that's all you can hear.
All right.
Good news is I got my
Jiggling
dice
sound.
ready.
And I'll just kind of sit and wait, see if I hear anything else.
All right, so Lysander, as
Do
you
a quick
crash.
just bam on the door next to it. Do you think you hit that?
as you
Funny.
enter,
Funny.
so again, nobody outside can see this except Lysander. As you enter, you see furniture strewn about, tables broken, chairs broken, long since like the fireplace is smutty. There's like
Snooty.
snotty.
Naughty.
Snobbish fireplace.
It's so snooty.
It won't light for just anyone.
No, it's just got a lot of soot.
Fromis.
It's very sooty is the word. There's, but no like embers or coals or like freshly burned wood. As you walk through, you see a desk that's haphazardly, like half of the drawers are open. And then you kind of look around and you see like food waste. So like a cores of apples, tops of carrots, things that typically don't get eaten are kind of strewn about. If it were like modern times, you would see like junk food wrappers, Mountain Dew bottles. Your dogs need love.
They do.
And at the desk, you see that pretty much all the papers are rustled through.
Do I see any signs of like a human struggle?
You see somebody struggling here.
Or does it just look like somebody was rifling through here trying to just find stuff kind of thing?
You see that, yes, rifling through, there is one room you have not checked yet.
Okay. Well, what are we talking about when we look at, if I were to look at these apple cores, like how brown are they? How deteriorated are they?
It's a good question. A mix. Some
Okay.
older than others.
I'm gonna look through the papers that are on the table, the desk, and look through the drawers and see if there's anything
Sure.
of interest, anything that talks about Bilbis specifically.
Yeah, so as you're looking, you see papers of varying ages. Give me, how do we want to do this? Give me a straight wisdom check.
17 again.
Okay. So as you're looking through these papers, you notice that there's a definite change in handwriting at a certain, like, if you were to look at at a stack, it's at a stack from there on. The handwriting does change, but then it slowly goes back into the original. Other than that, there's nothing really of note.
Is there any indication that it is Bilbis's handwriting? Do I recognize it as Bilbis's
Yeah,
handwriting? I
yeah.
guess is the question. Okay. Do I see any names on any of the papers?
Yeah, you'll see that there's mail addressed to Bilbus.
Okay.
You'll see that there's probably like correspondence between Bilbus and Bilbus's mother. So you would assume that it's Bilbus's.
Okay.
I can't look at Ty. He's eyeballing me.
Is there anything in the drawers besides just more papers?
No, nothing. Everything like all drawers are open. Drawers are empty.
Okay.
Papers have been, you would assume, taken out and put on top.
I will go around and look in this room and see what I see.
Okay. And before we do that, what is everybody else doing?
Still listening at the door.
You hear
Waiting
rifling.
patiently.
Phylon, you are patiently waiting. There's a lot of people walking by. Quint, you hear rifling. You hear footsteps.
He must be inside. Yeah, once I hear kind of the rifling and footsteps, I'll back away, knowing that's probably Lysander.
Maybe.
I'm gonna take a,
Definitely,
kinda, like,
maybe.
move across the street and just post up here. Take out the bottle of wine and then try to uncork it and just pour myself a small little drink. Start to offer some to Phylon, remember, and then offer some to Quinn.
10 a.m. We're drinking wine on the streets. Howdy,
Phylon's
folks.
already just like, what?
Yeah, I'll come over.
Well, if you leave the door, then I'll put my ear up against it.
As you put your ear up against it, we are trying to be inconspicuous so that no one is looking at the house.
Phylon, as you put your ear up against it, you hear footsteps and rifling.
It's fine. I'm listening in case something happens to Lysander.
Like a top of the lungs scream.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay, so Lysander.
Or a soft yelp.
Bodily thud.
That's fair. So Lysander,
Yeah.
as you
Before I look in that room, I want to use my mage hand, and I want to pick up some of the stuff on the ground and just drop it, start making some noise, make it kind of sound like there's a small struggle going on in here.
Okay. You definitely, Phylon, as you're listening, you hear like things moving around. I imagine maybe if you want to sound like a small struggle, you throw broken wood against the wall.
Yeah.
Okay, I try to open the door.
It's locked. Would you like to
I
force the
start
door?
kicking at the door.
Yeah, give me a straight strength check.
I don't have strength. I'm a warlock. But I rolled a natural 20.
1 foot just boom.
-1.
The door just.
I kicked the
And
door
as you
open.
see in here, you just see the same description that was given earlier, but maybe a little bit more dirty as Lysander has made
Lysander?
his mark.
Brant at this point.
like
just kind of-
eldritch energy like swirling in my hand. Lysander!
Nothing.
Start. I immediately go into the room over here to look for him.
Okay.
Well, I guess
And-
there goes subtlety.
And Brant and Quinn,
Let them figure it out.
you see passerbys kind of like,
Do you want to close the door?
what is going on?
Yeah, I'll flip mage hand out and close the door.
The door I just kicked open.
Yeah, you tried like the hinges, like where the jam is. It's kind of busted. It was a Spartan kick if I've ever seen one.
If anybody's like looking really intentively at that, I'll go. We are under orders of the Starosta. Don't worry, walk on.
And they're like, and they look
Yeah.
back, like they're eyeballing the door, and then they look back and they're like,
I'm,
and
I'm
they
sorry, you didn't hear him. Move on.
and they like pick up
Can I-
speed. Okay.
Lysander!
Nothing.
Such a shit
This guy.
disturber.
Should we go in?
Yeah, I suppose we should.
It
And
was so nice to you.
and Quince and Brant, you can hear Phylon asking,
All right.
calling Lysander's name as, I would say,
I drop concentration on invisibility.
I
And
There we go.
Lysander, where are you standing when Phylon does
Right where
that?
my token is. Right in that corner.
I like look in this room real quick and then I like come back out and I'm like, Lysander!
So, as Phylon, as you do enter that room, though, you get this like stink.
Oh
Oh no.
Well, instead of circling out, then I look for the source of the smell.
And sorry, to be clear, there is a curtain that's like the door to this room.
Okay.
I apologize. That's my fault. I did not say that.
I burst through the curtain.
Yeah, as you pull that curtain aside, you're hit with this like pungency. We're making up words today, folks.
Yeah,
I'm looking for the pungency. Does it smell like a dead thing?
Do you know what dead things smell like? Because I would imagine
I
smell
kill
is.
things for a living.
But smell underwater, is that like?
She's been above water for like 5 levels now. She's okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
True.
I don't think I got all 5 of my levels on the surface.
You get an earthy, decomposing smell for sure.
Cool. I'm gonna try and find the body.
While you're doing that, I
will.
want to investigate the furniture, see how it's broken. Like, was it bestial? Is it just somebody breaking furniture?
A little bit harder now that Lysander threw a bunch of it.
I'm looking for like claw marks, looking for any like
none
dog
of that. None
hair,
of that.
any.
It was as if it were just like broken somehow.
Okay.
You can't put that. You can't like reenact the scene, but you get that there's no like teeth marks or claw marks. It's just splintered wood as if it were broke.
Okay.
Fwylon.
I would like to help her look.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna make you do a check because it's not very hard. As you like kind of search around, you look in the the corner, the little chair sitting there. You look in the other corner. There's a dresser.
And I was gonna look under the bed.
Yeah, you look under the bed. There's a small gnomish sized body under the bed.
I could use some help in here. I need to move the bed.
Holly will help
Alright.
move the bed.
For you.
And just so y'all can see it, I'm gonna ping it. There's a little head right there.
Yep, there he is.
Oh no. Well,
Alright,
Phylon's
everyone no longer
idea-
have a drink with this man.
Phylon's idea that it wasn't actually Bilbus seems right. Is it that decomposed?
You can't tell, so it's wrapped.
It's wrapped. Okay. Yeah, let's get this. Phylon's trying to move the bed.
Yeah, so you easily move the bed. You see that the body itself is wrapped. Not like mummified wrap, but just in cloth. You get it's kind of gross that we don't really need to go into the details of, but it's been there for a little while.
Definitely more than a day.
Yeah.
Does it look like Bilbus?
Hard to
Or
say.
is it hard? Okay.
But same general features as the Bilbus you've seen.
Oh, wunderbar.
I have dealt with like culty type stuff before. Is there anything ritualistic that looks like during his killing that I can find? I'm happy to roll poorly for it.
Yeah, you could do it. Give me a medicine check. I was gonna say, give me a health check. What the hell's a health check? Give me a health check, everybody.
Health is health.
I would rather use my con mod than my wisdom mod, to be honest.
Well, what
That's a 15.
what check would you like to
Alright.
use? What would you? And I'll let you describe how you would like to do it.
Well, the 15 is the medicine check. So that would be me just very carefully and gently, both out of respect for the fact that this was a person and the fact that I don't want to disturb it too much, just start looking for anything that looks like, bindings on the wrists, a ritualistic,
Sure.
kill, how he died, that kind of thing.
So as you're looking at the front of him, you can't really make anything out other than it's decomposed. There's no like torture marks or anything like that. But as you flip him over, you see one giant stab wound straight in the back, like almost like below the neck ish, but very like
Would I recognize the type of weapon being Excelozo?
No.
No. Okay. This is strange. I've never seen this sort of injury before. Usually most weapons... I've had a lot of experience seeing people being stabbed with different types of things. This is a very different one for me.
In
so
fairness, it is a bit decomposed.
But it is far too broad for most things.
I mean, so you would have like a normal, like, not to get all weird, you'd have like a normal like sword. So even like a long sword, short sword, stuff like that. That it feels right. Like it feels like it would just be a small puncture wound. Well, not small, but this is almost like if you were to look at Brant, your glaive, almost like that. Not quite as big as a glaive, though.
Okay.
Are there any pockets or anything on the body I can search for, like any kind of ID or any identifying documents?
Are there any identifying documents to
the body? Like, does he have any pockets on, or is it?
He's got a toe tag that says "But no." I mean, there are no clothes on the body.
Okay.
Is the cloth similar to the one that was we wrapped the dogs in?
That we just kind of we used like the tarp type stuff from the windmill.
Yeah.
You kind of get the sense that they are similar.
And when I stabbed the dog to bring it into town, where was that wound again?
When you stabbed the dog to bring it into town, what was the wound?
I like, brought
you kind of went through it.
Yeah, well, I kind of like imagined it like kind of stuck on the blade part, but like like when we killed the pack leader, where did that thing get stuck again?
Not. I mean, if you were to, randomly, you don't. It wasn't like directly into where the nape of the.
Okay, it doesn't match that. Okay.
No.
But we did use the material from that place.
The windmill. Yep.
Windmill. Yeah.
So, this roll won't be good either. But can I Arcana to see if there's magic on it, or could? Actually, instead, I will turn to our resident wizard.
Hello.
I'm in the other room, like strifling through the desk. So.
Quince, we have.
Yes.
A dead body here. Can you check for magic?
Magic. He is dead. I will give it a look, I guess. Yeah, I'll take a look, just seeing any
in a book.
Magical imbuements, anything magic like
in
and
the
I
room
can
or
I
on
can
the
cast
body?
detect magic, or that'll take 10 minutes, or I can just do like an Arcana check.
In the room or on the body?
Well, looking specifically at the body.
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
Take 10 minutes. Do the whole room.
Do the 10 minutes. Like, Arcana check isn't going to give you much. Specifically.
Right.
So go ahead and do that.
Well, that's a natural 1 on the Arcana, so 8 total.
Detect magic.
But if I'm getting like a hint that I just can't break through the wall, then I'll actually like spend a minute.
You don't get a hint.
Yeah, he's dead, Foilan.
I'll get out Rapole and tapping the floor like Phylon did before to see if I can find anything in a basement.
Okay.
I mean, what, Foilan, do you think there's something? I mean...
I admit that I am not very perceptive when it comes to magic. So I had wondered if perhaps there were any signs of how he was killed. If it was with a magic weapon, if there was magic in the room.
There's something wearing his face. Maybe we could do more than just look at him. Come on, you can do better than that.
I have the spell. I need you to If you're going to have me cast detect magic, I need you to leave the room. But I will do it.
That is fine. I will step outside right here in case you need that.
I won't need help. I just need space.
Then I step outside. I'll do that on the map.
Okay. So yeah, outside Fwylon is of just the room or the house?
Outside of the room, unless I'm directed to do otherwise.
So as you look,
Just room.
as you walk out, you see a crowd of people have kind of formed around the door. Like, not around the door, just in the square, kind of directly north of the house. And you hear people
Cool.
like, oh, they kicked in the door. Just whispering.
Cool. I'll go outside.
Okay. Yeah, so
How close are they?
they're probably at the top of the map, if you were to think.
Is there a guard with them?
No guards.
Okay. Then I'll go up and I will address the nearest person and say, excuse me, do you know where the nearest guard is on patrol?
No, but I'm sure we can go get one real quick.
If you would, please.
And yeah, so that couple walks away. And then there's still a group of people. What's going on in there?
It is best if we speak to the guards first. We are
Uh-oh.
working with Sister Rosta, and I am sure that she has specific ideas of how to approach this. We are sort of contractors. We are simply looking into some issues around the town.
And you see a kid human boy walk up. He's like, "Oh, did you have to fight bad guys in there?"
No, we did not. We did that earlier
And
outside of town.
do you have a weapon showing, like, where does Fwylon keep?
Fwylon does not have her weapons tend to be in her bag, like her crossbow collapses down and all of that, because she doesn't use it very often. She has a big scroll case on her hip, and then she also has a very large shark tooth, which is her arcane focus.
Okay. And Brant, you have the glaive.
Oh yeah.
And so
The glaive. I have a glaive, and then a shield on my back, and then a long sword on my side.
the kid will look at your shark tooth and the glaive and the shield and the sword and be like, have you guys fought bad guys before?
Are there bad guys here to fight?
I
haven't found any, but I will look for them.
And you just see his face go.
Oh, do you know of something we should know? Like Fwylon taking this extremely seriously.
No, but there was a mean kid at school the other day. I would think he was a bad kid, bad guy.
Well,
Some of
that
us
is-
are going through harder times.
That is unfortunate. Hopefully, if you address this with your teacher or the adults in charge, they can intervene.
As for the rest of you, come on. You have things to do. We have things to do. First,
And you hear one guy in the back go, "Here, we have to watch this."
fire.
Oh.
I said,
Friends,
please.
you cannot threaten the people.
They don't know
yeah,
that.
So
I'm saying that very loudly, just like Brent, you cannot do this.
you see, like, the crowd disperse. There's a few that take a little bit longer than normal.
It is
to
natural
leave?
for the people who live here to be curious about what we are doing. I have broken in a
but-
door.
When there is a dead person inside, they have a tendency
Yeah.
to spread rumors and things after the fact. and they
Especially after
disrespect-
they hear you
they
say
disrespect.
there's a dead person.
I didn't say that. That's
You
why
just
I dispersed them first.
The child
I'm
is still
talking
like
only
right
to you.
there.
I'm not yelling. I'm
Just
assuming this is
imagine-
minutes afterwards. Where
You
everybody
know,
can be
I'm
close.
just imagining us talking and the camera's at like our chest level, and then you're like, there's no one else here, and the camera pans down and there's a child with like huge eyes.
As you two are talking, you do see down the road somebody that, like, watches, and then as you as you're panning the crowd, make eye contact, they dip quickly into an alley.
Insight check.
Did we catch any details?
Give me a perception check.
Size?
Can I care less about the details and more about if it's my actual look that caused them to dip?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's 15.
And for my insight, it is 14.
Okay, so 15, we'll start with the perception check. It was a gnome figure resembling Bilbus.
Oh, that's son of a bitch.
You almost get in Fwylon with the 14, you get a very surprised, oh shit, look.
Okay, yeah, I take off running.
Okay.
Not only that, as I take off running, I am going to use my one-a-day disguise self and look like one of the townspeople I just talked to.
Okay.
So I don't look like my very distinct self.
That sounds nice. I'm going to. Is this something I can do? Since it's a bonus action, I can create a clone, and then I can swap with them. Can I use it to skip forward to move extra fast?
What's the distance on your
30 feet. So. 30 feet.
So how far can you create the clone from you? 30 feet.
So I can put it 15 feet in front of me. It can move 30 feet away from me. So basically put it 15 feet ahead of me and have it run as I'm running, and then swap with it to get to 15 feet. And then just kind of as it's not much of a speed boost, but it's fun.
No. To be fair, so this person you saw was a good 150 feet away. So they're a good distance, and you in Fwylon, as you see this, you just see Brant kind of.
Cool. I'm going to Misty Step twice. So that's 60 feet.
Yeah. So as you get to this intersection that you thought you saw Bilbus, you look both ways, and you just see standard tourists left up and down the streets at this point.
Just use both my spells.
Can I throw an echo up 15 feet and then swap places with it, and then kind of see if I see something running as I go 30 feet or 15 feet up and then fall?
Yeah. So as you go up 15 feet, just quick look as you swap. You don't see anything standing out in the crowd. You see strictly just a crowd of people. There's no nobody partying, nobody pushing, nobody shoving.
Okay. 3-point landing.
You can do the hero jump.
Alright, time to attack everybody in this square.
And while they're doing this,
the 100 on the left, I'll take the 100 on the right.
While they're doing this, Lysander, what are you doing?
I imagine that I was outside with them, so if they started running somewhere, I'm going to follow.
Okay, yeah, so you see Fwylon just misty step right in front of you, and then you see Brant kind of do that, back and forth, as you're just running. So you're a couple steps back, and you meet this intersection as you see Brant falling down. Yeah, and Quince, I imagine you're in the house, lost in your thoughts,
kind of
doing your...
locked into the ritual casting of Detect Magic.
I'd say you're about 7 of 10 minutes in right now.
All right. Yeah, I'm still going. Kind of shut off to everything else that's happening.
So what is, while Quince is doing that, what is the other three of you doing? And just so everybody in the chat knows and everybody listening, Amethyl is back at the inn. She decided not to make the trip to Bilbus's house to study Bernard's journals.
Noticing that I am not keeping up with this crew very well, I am going to slow down my pace, but still faster than walking, but not trying so hard, just keeping enough pace to be able to see where they go when they turn, and so I can at least wind up where they wind up.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, so when I was up in the air, did I see anything that was the same color as the cloth that Bilbus's body was wrapped in?
You did not.
Okay.
Can I look for tracks?
It's like loose pavement, so there's no like depressions. So it's almost like this cobblestone you're seeing on the map now. It's
So
not.
what you're saying is disadvantage.
You can roll. Go ahead.
Cast guidance on myself for my disadvantage. Oh god. Ooh, I rolled really well. I got a nat 20 and a 17, which makes a dirty 20, and then I add a d4, which adds a 1. So 21.
In the crowd of people, you cannot pick up a small gnomish footprint.
So what you're saying is I needed like a 30.
The check on that was.
Oh, so sad. I had a
hard.
nat 20 and a 17
I
on
know.
a disadvantage.
If you would have gotten the nat 20, you would have done it.
That is the way the thing. I was the one who imposed a disadvantage on myself, so
I probably wouldn't have said anything.
it's
Just
fair.
said, yeah. All right.
I feel like that's fair.
You can't really check it out. You don't see. You see that there's just tracks on tracks. Once you start to isolate a single one, it seems to just blend in with all of the rest, and then you isolate a different one, and it kind of goes in the opposite direction that you weren't looking. Just how busy these streets are, and like the lack of depression in the footprints makes it extremely hard to just follow one set of tracks. Go ahead, Brett.
No, that's fine.
The direction that we're looking down this alley that the imposter ran down, is it headed towards any particular drinking establishment that we might have visited before? Or away from it?
No, it's heading so this would be the nestled nook. It's heading directly to the right.
Towards Old Bernard's house?
Yeah, if you went far enough, it would be in that direction. So Old Bernard's house is like on the Oostelak Lake right there.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna start heading back to the house. It's so strange. I could have sworn I saw the imposter and now he's gone. That means the face will change.
But we know now.
Yes, this is true.
Okay, so as you all head back to the house, Quince, your ritual is finally done.
Yeah.
The body itself
Okay.
isn't like pinging magic, but you get a sharp ping from under the covers of the bed.
And once I see like that aura start to emanate,
And that's where we're going to end it here. We are down one person. I don't want to get too far into the story without Lynn. So we will pick up next week with this. It's been 2 sessions without combat. We're so... I'm itching for some combat. You guys got that combat? there was a couple times it could have happened, and you guys successfully navigated around it. I want to say so much fun getting back into this. I want to say thank you so much for hanging out with us on this Wednesday night. Be sure to, again, what we said at the top of the stream, show your support for just everybody going through a tough time right now. Show your support for, all of our friends. Show your support for the tabletop RPG community.
Remember, Black Lives Matter.
100%. So the 2 charities right now, Black Lives Matter and the Trevor Project, there are a ton of streamers out there who are charitable donations. I believe, Ty, you wanted to bring up the Friends with Dice.
Oh, yeah. So Friends with Roll Dice, I play Mind in the Martyr with them on Thursdays, and I'll go and just link them in the chat, just in case you're looking for places to donate. These are just some really quick and easy ones to lead you right to them. All the money goes straight towards them, and you'll see that it just goes straight there, just so that way, if sometimes it's hard to find the right spot, but these ones are, I can vouch for them, they're super good. It's hard to do enough right now, but it helps to feel like something. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
And we are working something out. So as being a part of the Roll20 Spotlight program, FeatherFall TableTop, we will be helping. I believe. I just want to get some final confirmations done on what we're going to do. We will be joining their Tiltify program. So whatever donations we get from that, they will match, which is pretty amazing, up to $50,000.
Woo!
So
Target goal.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is amazing. It does go to Black Lives Matter, and I just want to verify some things before we jump on that. But it will be coming out. More details on our Twitter. So if you don't have it yet, follow FeatherFall Tabletop, FeatherFall TT at FeatherFall TT if you're interested, and we will post all of our information there. I want to say thank you, everybody. We pushed through. We didn't have Lynn, which is heartbreaking, but hopefully she's feeling better. And again, thank you all. We did do a short session, but I don't want to go too far without Lynn. So
We need a lot of information.
I know.
Yeah, we did.
All right, everybody. Have a good Wednesday night. We'll see you again on Sunday for Force and Destiny. Be sure to come hang out with us. And then again on not this Monday, next Monday for the next one shot. So stay safe. Support your friends. Support your neighbors. Support everybody that's struggling right now, which...
Yeah.
But, all right. Stay safe, everybody.